Restoration of a large area of open land known as the Green Lung of Coventry has just got underway. Warwickshire Wildlife Trust is overseeing the work on the Coundon Wedge. It involves reverting a watercourse back to its original state after it was modified to the detriment of wildlife in the 1850s. Conservationists say the project will encourage more species back to the site, as Bob Hockenhull reports.
Would you believe it? This is Coventry, part of the 450-acre Coundon Wedge, a highly valued piece of countryside next to the city. It's a beautiful green lung where people can escape, but it's not as good for wildlife as you might expect. That's because the Victorians diverted the watercourse to the field boundaries and altered the flow of the brook. Now a project plans to restore it to how it was before man interfered.
The brook as it stands is very sluggish, and it's been impounded by the weir and the culvert that have been put in. So you get a lot of sediment build-up and you don't get a variety of wildlife in there as it should be. So what we're doing when we're putting it back into its original position is reconnecting it to its floodplain, creating ponds and dips for wetland birds to access and for fish to flow through.
£3 million donated by the National Lottery, Severn Trent and others will pay for restoration along the whole 8-mile stretch of the River Sherbourne. Wildlife photographer Richard Copland can't wait. He's already captured striking images around the Coundon Wedge.
So this area here that's slightly marshy at the moment is going to become a great flash of open water. So I think we're going to have waterfowl here. Hopefully we're going to see the lapwings that were here back in the 60s when I first came to Coventry.
A conservation group looks after the wedge, which is Coventry City Council-owned land. With pressure to build more houses, it says it's determined to make sure the site doesn't get developed.
We are hell-bent on finding and making sure it doesn't get destroyed, because if we give up, sure as eggs are eggs, the developers will gradually impact on it and we'll lose this beautiful bit of countryside.
As the work progresses, archaeologists will also be on site, hoping to unearth hidden treasures.
We don't often get to look at places like this for archaeology. It's normally building sites and so on, so country parks and so on, a bit of a rarity.
If all goes to plan with the restoration, the Coundon Wedge will look even more beautiful in the coming years. Bob Hockenhull, BBC Midlands Today, Coventry.